Machinika Museum, 73 followers. Maybe they will be amused. There aren't many chapters, and if I do them at a decent pace, the chapter shouldn't take very long. So this game's kind of small. Just to review, the game is $8. Okay, for $8, it's not that bad. Resuming, I believe we left off on chapter 4. Wait, didn't the last one come in a tube too? Oh yeah, tired eyes. Preliminary discovery report. Redacted of unknown redacted matter. At this point, we are not even certain whether it is of natural origin or artifact. Extracting the item proved to be especially complicated given its location inside of redacted. Nice touch. Shipped to the museum separately under reference redacted. That aside, the unusual physical nature of this item protected it when redacted. What, somebody dropped it? The energy it releases is quite enormous, all while staying totally cold. Following this discovery, the military team attached to this operation mentioned many potential applications. High energy release, used with caution. So it's going to go boom. Guess it's going to go boom. A lock. It's stuck. What's on top? Why can't I see what's on top? Because I hadn't turned the right way. Atom. How does atom translate into 3 digits? Is it glowing or just shiny? Let's look at the note again. Teams 411 and 416. Any other numbers? Maybe on that tag I can't make out. Well, let's try those numbers first. Nothing so far. Still nothing. Well, I'm not brute forcing that. I guess those are just meaningless stickers. Adam. What's this down here? Aha. A key! I did indeed find a key. Is there another one of these over here? Nope, just the one. Cool. Come on, hold still. Seriously? That is the energy generating object? Pyramid power. Cool. And a note. That's cute. Obscure the graphic. I think that's 2. 237. Nothing on the back. Well, at least if I do have to brute force it, I'm only brute forcing one number. But I think it's 2. Two parts. A stone. What could I do with a rock? Well, that's the question, isn't it? I thought it was in chapter 4. Oh, look, there it is on the anti-grav device. A stone. What could I do with it? Let's have a look at this thing. Aha. It has points. Do they turn? The pyramid that came with the box. Yes, I know that. I mean, it's not just a rock. It's got fiddly bits. Where did they find that much dust? On Saturn's rings? What does that even mean? Of course it's dusty, it's old. Lock. Okay. Wasn't that special? Gee, does the pyramid connect in there? Apparently not. One of these crystals then? Maybe the pyramid goes here. Aha. So each one only has 2 positions. Okay, so this one is redundant. It isn't redundant. Okay. This one's redundant. That's not redundant. And the energy continues to flow into this thing. Which does nothing at the moment. Okay, back to this. What happens if I click this one? Well, that's interesting. Useless but pretty. I question whether it's useless. What's this thing? Aha. I'll bet that's significant. But not yet, I think. I'm not sure. Okay. So, pipe puzzle. I presume I need something to connect to. Alright, that doesn't make sense. None of them connect to the glowing line. These all point up. I think I'm missing a piece here. But is it one of these? Don't think so. I'm able to look at this. What does this tell me? I assume that this is only going to become significant when I can get this panel open. And maybe the whole thing is a box that will only open when I figure out the rest of it. Anything here to look at? Look to the left of the hexagonal pyramid. You meant the pyramid that I placed, right? Is that old information? Oh, hello, Strogo. Sorry. The 3 stack? You mean this thing? Yes, I see that. And I assume that this is somehow supposed to connect to that. But I kind of figured that one of these lines should be pointing down toward this. It should be connecting somehow, but it doesn't appear to be. And if it does connect, I mean, maybe it'll only react when everything's connected together. Except, hmm. Because that should do it, right? Connects up there, goes down. No, it doesn't connect. All right. What about here? No, because I need something that goes up, and then that should do it. That should be a circuit, right? Because it's connecting there to there, up there. Damn. Wrong. Aha. Okay, so that connects to there, but then not to there. Isn't this lovely? Maybe it's the top piece. No, that's too far. The top 2 rings need to align to connect those. Yeah, the bottom ring needs a circle on both points. Right. I thought I had it a minute ago. Ah, well. And that only gets me to there. Well, what if I move this one over here? And then I've got a point there. And then all I need is to bridge those two, right? Like that. You're totally right about the circuit, by the way. Okay, now I've got this thing surrounded by glowing lines. Brand new pipe game. And how does this work? Sliding block pipe game. Do these correspond to these? They do not appear to. But do I have to line up this or this? Actually, I've got two wires. So I have to line up those two. I'm just browsing for the moment. 3. So I have to go through those points? Well, I suspect if I do, then it has to look like that. Try putting a circle on top of the glowing circle. Very good, Strugo. Okay, since this is the only one that goes up, I assume that that's stuck there, and that this one is just like that one over there, so it goes there. And now it becomes a matter of connecting all these three. Huh, okay. No. That has to go there. And then this has to go there, and that has to go there. Okay. Let's see. It's now connected. I wonder what it controls. Well, now. Those don't do anything yet. Connect the line. It did change color right there. Ooh, infinity. This metal sphere is easily removed. That's nice. Tell me about this metal sphere. It's a metal sphere. I can't zoom in on it. Smooth metallic sphere. Doesn't have any manipulable features. Looks like my atom on the right. You mean this thing? Kinda, sorta. You mean that? I don't think we're quite there yet, but we're getting close. Now what about this one? His sphere is in a bad state, it's unusable. Ah, well. Fortunately, this game provides a printer copier. Now I have two spheres. Okay, so I take my two spheres and I put them in there. I think they're going at different rates. Interesting. These still don't seem to do anything. Ah. Changes the color. Interesting. Let's take another look at this. That's 3 colors. So do I need them the same color? We both have 2 spheres. Are you saying this is a guy game? Am I supposed to get them to this color, perhaps? Interesting. How did I get that? And how many of those dots were there? There were 5. Okay, so next I need a magenta. I wonder if I should be writing these symbols down. That's red. There's magenta. And that's red. Teal, magenta. Oh, maybe that has to be on the other loop. All right, so red, and then back to teal. Yes, no? That looks like teal. Well, let's try the other one. But the two dots are teal, and I've got them both as teal now. Left side now right, but they're both teal. All right, fine. Well, this is certainly that is quite an impressive amount of energy. But what is its power? Chapter complete. That was brief. Just alternate until it lights up. Well, yeah, fair. What do you think, Strogo? You like the game? There's only 8 chapters, so this may be very short. A puzzle where you don't need to know how to solve. Kinda, sorta. an object manipulation game. A powerful double-sided doohickey. Maybe. And maybe it relates to something in the next chapter. I'm curious now. See, supposedly you're in a museum and you get these things and you're supposed to figure them all out without any manual or anything like that. And they don't tell you why. You get these notes that say what the source is, and some of the pieces are redacted, and it talks about the military at times. But the position of your boss, the position of the institute that you work for, is that we don't care. We're in it for the research. You can do whatever you want with them once we figure them out. I wanted something a little less emotionally intense than Detroit Become Human. Once I completed Detroit Become Human, I think I'm going to do one more chapter. You're up kind of late, aren't you? Since you were crashing around 10 p.m. last week. New box. Where's the note? There's always a note. There's the note. That's a lot of redacted in there. Preliminary discovery report. Multiples functions item. Redacted, strong enough to redacted, even in redacted. Similarly to object redacted, the data for the data this machine holds are of great value. It would be of interest to extract that data. Make sure to enlist help from a museum approval translator specialized in redacted. Although the object's initial dimensions may fit a human neck. Shit. Caution should be taken when using it. The site manager, Mr. Redacted, suffocated quite a bit following the activation of the redacted. Excess of nitrogen for human lungs. Page 1 of 2. Numbers are always important. 135, is that supposed to be a 9? And I wonder if that's significant. All right. You had tomorrow off is, yes, 1359. You are getting sleepy. Yeah, this is me actually recovering from the game that was before Roller Drum. The drawer has unlocked. Drawer? What about the rest of the box? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, is there another drawer? Aha, there's a space where the drawer was. I'll bet that's an important space. Maybe I'm not done with it yet. Ah, and there we are. A7861. I'm guessing A7861. But where does that code go? Back to this thing? Yes. A786. That's 2 lights. There were 3 lights on that thing. The fuck is that? It's a necklace. It's blocked. Ah, for this you need the special screwdriver. Alright, let's see. No, I think that's it. Wrap that rascal just so. Alright. No, I think that's correct. So, now what? Now we do another one. Need the same shape. Need it rotated. Not that far. Not that far. Come on. That far. Only that far. Is that it? That's it. Okay. So that should do it. Right? Ah, falling asleep. Good night, Struggo. Thank you for stopping by as always. I'm not falling asleep yet. I'm going to solve this. One way or another. Maybe a while. Oh. Alright. I think I blew it with this one. That did it. Interesting. Blue, green, red, yellow. Blue, green, red, purple. Okay, sure. That seems sort of obvious. Well, that's weird. So I can move these, and I can move the whole thing. Oh, no. What's wrong with this? I see. The triangle has to fit into the hole that I make. So it has to be wide enough there. And then wide enough there. And then it needs that gap. So how do I get that gap? That's how I get that gap. And then I have to be able to turn the whole thing. I see. Now how is I getting the green one to turn? That's how. But how do I get all of them to turn? Okay, it's configured properly. A piece of stone. A piece of stone. Well, it's a piece of stone with a ring driven through it. Smaller version of the stone you studied earlier has a metal ring around it. Okay, now what? Aha. Strange symbol here, what could it be? Well, that doesn't go there. Is there anything more to that? No, there doesn't appear to be. What about the front of it? Aha, another symbol. So, one is a circle above a line, one is a circle through a line. And I'm guessing It's blocked. Oops, it fell off. A metallic piece. Well, it looks like there needs to be 4 pieces. So let's make another one. There we go. And what is this? A key. Ah, so the jewel is ornamental. It's a cover. That seems like an obvious answer. A red disc. Alright, let's look at the disc. And let's look at the key. Symbols on the key. Are the symbols adjustable? Not at this time. But these look very similar. Looks like a key with a lot of symbols on it. Sure. Okay, so I guess I need to find where exactly the key goes. Doesn't appear to go there. Does the disc go here? No. Does the key go here? No. Does the stone go here? Stone goes there. It looks less like a necklace now and more like a helmet. Well, gosh darn it, that looks like a place for a key. But it isn't. Is it a place for a disc? Yes, it is. Sure. And what symbols do I need? Well, that's 4 symbols, and it's looking for 3. That suggests there's another code somewhere. Anything down here? No. None of these things are reacting. And I cannot pivot this from here. Interesting. Why is that glowing? Why can't I turn this? Is there anything of significance elsewhere? Yes. Interesting. Now it's the circle through the line and the circle below the line. Why the hell can't I turn this thing? I want to see the backs of these things. Wait, can I look at this one? Alright, those are starting to look like headphones. Alright, let's look at these symbols. What do we have? Okay, there's only 4 symbols in that wheel. Ah, well, now it looks like it takes the key. And I guess I'm trying to build this now. Circle's good. Let's try that. And that. And that. No. Ah, there's a gap in the bottom. And this has to be a dotted line. Okay. Broken piece. Did somebody hit it with something? It's looking more like a helmet. I'm now out of pieces. Oh, I'm going to regret this. I think I was told rather specifically. I'm guessing this was the pilot helmet for that ship that they're looking for. I have no idea what happened to whoever was wearing the helmet, but it looks like something wrong is going on here. But the Institute isn't supposed to care. Chapter complete. Fuck you. Well, if people are still along for the ride, I'm good for another chapter. Is anybody else ready to bail? Because I could just leave this until Wednesday. What did you miss? How is chapter complete not good? Well, you see, the whole premise of this is that this is supposed to be a museum analyzing stuff, and you're not supposed to care where it comes from, or who's using it for what, or what organization wants it analyzed. This is starting to have plot. Chapter complete is not good because it's effectively a cliffhanger. And if it proceeds with cliffhangers like this, I might wind up finishing the damn thing tonight. Or at least wanting to. Of course I'm hooked. Object manipulation puzzle games are my crack. I have said this. And this one has a plot. That was chapter 5. There are 3 more. You along for the ride, Verona? It should be bordering on late for you. Ignore that yawn. That yawn is inconsequential. It's been a long day. I'll just peek. I'll just glimpse. I'll just sample. I'll just. Where's the note? What do you mean there's no note? There's always a note. There's the note. Engine for a small-sized vehicle from the redacted civilization. This device can most likely cover great distances thanks to its combined redacted, generator redacted, and crystalline bar concentration. Concentrators. 2 exceedingly rare technologies. Despite the crash landing where it was found, the machine appears to be in working order. Needless to say that our military partners are ready. See obvious applications and will enlist the help of the museum teams to get there. These types of initiatives are getting increasingly redacted. Moreover, redacted back on Earth as soon as possible. No, do not handle bar concentrators with bare hands. Oh, you're providing a special tool? Hello? Okay, those aren't working. What's this? Am I about to handle something with my bare hands? Big screw! Let's look at the big screw. It's a big screw. With holes of differing sizes on it. I'm guessing it goes somewhere. And is that it for the big screw hole? Does the big screw go there? Maybe once I zoom in on it. A bigger screw. But I don't think I can keep that screw. Handle. Now back to this thing. Crap. I need two. Maybe at this rate it'll be quick. You never know. That's an engine? It looks like a torso. What's that? Is that the thing I just took out of the box? Pair of pliers. How handy. It looks like this part attached this engine to something, probably a vehicle. That's a plug. That's an engine. Yeah. Alright. So what else is there? Panel on the side. That looks more human design. Alright. And what does that do? Nothing, because I need the one on the other side too. Right? Okay, I undid the latches. Now what? The lever is stuck. Well, that's what pliers are for, right? No. Okay, so the latches are undone, right? Do I use the pliers here? No. It's unlatched. Why isn't it doing anything? What's that? Aha. I need a key. Where's the key? Maybe I don't need a key right away. What about my microprobe? No, microprobe doesn't work. So something else needed to get a key. Now, was that just part of the music? Or was that a hint of some sort? Just part of the music, I think. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I know the lever's stuck. Oh, is that lever stuck too? Alright. That looks like it flips up. But that means this needs to come off or something? And it won't do that without a key. Where the fuck is the key? Wires don't help. Well, let's look at the pliers. Perfect to handle large or dangerous items. You mean like the attachment to the engine? No? This may be the harder one. So they're both jammed or whatever. What's the point of latches if unlatching them doesn't do anything? Of course, crack isn't necessarily a good thing. Wait, something. Oh, that's just my mouse. God, that was freaky. Now I've done that. Screwdrivers doesn't help with that screw. Pliers don't help with that screw. My anti-gravity device might be useful right now. I never said crack was good for me. Oh, God. All right. Okay. It wasn't a key. It was a screw. All right. Second. Maybe. Rotate it. There. Stupid screw holes that look like keyholes. Ooh, what does that red button do? Hmm. So is this another match A to B? I think it is. Yes. Well, that wasn't right. Am I stuck now? I think I need to get the greens on the circles. Oh, X. Oh, well, that makes it easier. Okay, so now something's trying to get out. Something is actively trying to get out of that box. And there's the power thing from the previous chapter, which I'm probably not supposed to handle with my bare hands. Good thing it's all floaty and stuff, it just goes in on its own. So that's what those stone powered. Ah, shit. Big red button? Sure. That was anticlimactic. So does that not open now? Is it time for me to do something with this? Well, ah, what about this one? Oh, this looks like a job for my probe. Sure. But now what? Well, that's not going anywhere. So what about the other two? Aha. Okay. So that should go there, right? Aha. Okay. And now, how do I exit this? Now I just turn this one until it works. That looks like heat. So now this is powering something or other. And that's in the red. And it probably shouldn't be. Crappity. Is this a job for pliers? No. Aha. Okay. What do you mean, no? I see. It's only up and down. That one was close. Balancing. And now the lever opens. And now the whole thing opens. And yields. This energy bar is damaged. Well, fine. Oh. Well, yeah, but I need another one to replace it with. Can I grab one of these others? I cannot. So now I need a spare, which I assume is somewhere around here. What does this button do now? Nothing at the moment. This screw is strange. Is this a screw? Oh boy, that looks like a radiation symbol. Jeez. All right. Now I need 3 of those. And I extend them outward. Okay. Now I need something else. A circle. Full circle. Will that do it? That should do it. Why not? Does that have to be solid? It does. Is that an energy rod? That is totally an energy rod. Wow, that looks like Scorpius. Now back to here. Hashed it. Do they rotate? Is it a navigation puzzle? No, it's to get all the things that's right, the same color puzzle. And I wonder if that same color is red. I certainly hope so. Or else I'm totally doing it wrong. I'm totally doing it wrong. I'm guessing they all need to be blue then. I don't know what I'm doing. Good morning to bars. It is late evening for me and I'm fuzzy trying to figure out a puzzle. These things that I'm clicking on appear to have three states: red, blue, or off. Changing some changes others. And I don't know the pattern. And I'm starting to have trouble thinking about it. I'm guessing the little lines here control which ones they flip. And it appears they have two states, up and down. And it's easier to get them all red than it is to get them all blue. Here in Germany, as far as I've read some other countries, it's public holiday today. Yes, it is. In this country, it is Memorial Day, meant to honor fallen armed service people. Is that what it is in Germany too? Or is it some other holiday? You know, the bars, in a sense, you're a good alarm clock. When it's late enough for the morning for you to be up, it's probably late enough in the night for me to be down. I think I have a couple lurkers. I appreciate their politeness. I'm so fucking close. Damn it. Whit Monday, 50 days after Easter Sunday. I am not sufficiently church oriented to know the significance of that. Did Jesus make a particular appearance on Whit Monday? Am I supposed to turn them all off? I don't think so. I think I'm supposed to turn them all on. But that almost seems easier than turning them all blue. Whit Monday. Let's have a look here. Whit Monday, also known as Pentecost Monday or Monday of the Holy Spirit, is a movable Christian holiday celebrated the day after Pentecost. It commemorates the descent of the Holy Spirit upon the apostles. The name Whit originates from the white baptismal garments historically worn during this season. The Monday of Whitsuntide, and represents the birth of the Christian Church. Interesting. Whit Monday honors Mary as the mother of the church. Okay. Wow. I wonder if I'm at a save point. I'm sorry, but I think you turned in just in time for me to be tired. I'm going to find out how much progress I lose. Progress will be saved. Sure. But what do they mean progress will be saved? I'm going to see what kind of progress gets saved. I see. So the machine is ready to go. I just have to get the dead bar out of the way and put the live bar in. Okay. This is Machinika Museum, an object manipulation puzzle game. And I honestly thought I could finish it, but no, too fuzzy. I'm afraid I have to bail. So, am I sure I want to leave the game? Yes.